Hey, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to say Kol Halayim La, Allahayinawu, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone, who rule very well, very beautifully. Double salutations to the Akim out here pushing this gospel and truth and in sincerity to the best of their ability given to them by Yahweh Bashem El Shai. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the elect scattered abroad. May the election of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Lord willing, fall upon all your houses. Hey man, it's the brother everybody. I come back at you with a quick little edifying lesson, Lord willing, edifying lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Al Shai. This is going into, ultimately what's going on over in New York, So I'm going to try and code word, this as much as possible. This is not a long article at all, so I am going to go through it, man, get a little commentary on it, man, and grab some scriptures, man, and Lord will, it'll be edifying, Lord will, be straight to the point. But ultimately, hey, man, you people need to pay attention to what's going on, man, because all these things, that are taking place overseas, as far as, in Germany, over in Austria, over in Italy, over in Australia, because they got people getting thrown into these isolation facilities, or what people call FEMA camps or quarantine camps, this and the third. Hey, people are getting thrown in these camps, man, and you're not allowed, basically off the property, man. They're holding you basically in prison cells, because really for those that are not, that haven't gotten the icky vicky, man, this is what is going on around the world, man, and at the same time, you got over in Sweden and stuff like that, and really other places as well, you got this, this potato chip, being starting to be ruled out, man, and people are ultimately starting to take it, like again, over in Sweden, they had chipping parties years ago, and now, they're ultimately putting your icky vicky status on the potato chip, as well as your health records, as well as your bank account, and so on and so forth on this, again, the potato chip, man. For those that understand what I'm talking about, this is what's going on, man. We're looking at the the beginning stages, of this Jacob's trouble that's right around the corner, man. But anyways, getting back to this article, man, all this stuff is starting to ultimately, trickle its way over here to America, man. It says right here, New York Mayor Bill de Blasio announced a sweeping Crown Vic Royale icky vicky requirement for all private employers in New York City on Monday morning to combat the spread of the OV, and we knew this was gonna happen, man. Once they found out that new, once a new strain came out, this, that, and the third, hey, we knew, like I said in 2 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 11, we are not ignorant of Satan's devices. We understand what this was gonna do, man. Once it started getting to, multiple states, multiple countries, and now multiple states here in America. What was it, 15, 16, maybe even more now, states here in America, it's spreading like fucking wildfire that has a wind propelling it, man. It's going fast. Once we saw this starting to ultimately, catch fire, we know that this ultimately is going to lead to a lot of these, private companies, on their own, requiring the icky vicky, or even like as we see the mayors and stuff like that cracking down on it, and eventually, America is gonna, they're gonna go back to, they're gonna use this as a way to reinstate that requirement for all of America, man. Because again, the requirement to take the jab or the icky vicky, had been stayed because it hit the court system, and the court system, overruled it and said it was an overreach of authority, man, on OSHA's part, and it was unconstitutional on the government's part, right? So it was ultimately stayed to where, what? Now, you know what I mean? They don't even have, a requirement for for all of America. Well, guess what? You're going to see, one of these places had to be that first one to say, you know what? we're gonna go, and do it for our own city, our own this, that, and the third. So it's not on the federal level, but it's on the state level. And I remember, the Dr. F, that fucking weasel, you know, he said that it's not going to be forced on the federal level, but it's going to be it might be forced by private institutions, local governments and stuff like that. You're like your schools, like your job may require it. You know what I mean? Your even your mayor or this and the third, for your state might require it, man, or your county might require it. Those that live in the county might be required of you, or so on and so forth, man. I remember him saying that, and now look, New York was the first one to take the step, man, to require it for all their private sectors, because again, you got all the federal employees over in New York, and really a lot of the state employees as well, if not majority of the state employees are already forced to take it, man, to keep their job. Well, now they're going and aiming at all the private sectors, which is the rest of the people, man, So how much more when they see New York, which again, New York has been basically that poster child for getting things done here in America, man, So how many more countries are going to, or how many more mayors or whatever it may be, follow right after their footsteps, man. So we're gonna see this, the requirements spread across America like wildfire, just as this new strain is doing, right? It says De Blasio said the aggressive measure, which takes effect December 27th, and which he described as the first of its kind in the nation, right? I remember Baquar, he said that, hey man, if it's first, then that means what, man? That there has to be a second, a third, and a fourth. You know what I mean? Well, you can't be first, if there's nothing, if there's no other, to go up against, man. To be, when you're running a race, there's other people that are running a race with you. You just ultimately beat them. That's how you become first. Which means what? There's a second, there's the third, there's a fourth, there's a fifth, and so on and so forth, man. So it's basically, by their wordage, their verbiage, it's basically, for those that understand and that can see right through their words, hey, they're pretty much telling us that there's going to be others following in their footsteps, man. They're just the first, because a lot of places don't like being first. A lot of places, a lot of people are followers, man. Somebody's got to be first, but once that happens, everybody else is going to fall on board, man. It says, and which he described as the first kind of in the nation, was needed as a preemptive strike to stall another wave of the Crown Vic Royale cases and help reduce transmission during the winter months and holiday gatherings. Right, man. And one thing that I don't like is the simple fact that it says in the winter months and holiday gatherings. Okay, first off, in the winter time, you really only have a couple holidays, man. Or what they call holidays, which are really holidays, man. You got fucking Thanksgiving, you got fucking Christmas, and you got New Year's, man. All these holidays, man. They fall in the winter time, man. After that, you don't really have too many, man. So if Christmas is one of the largest holidays, family gatherings and so on and so forth of the year, why are you having it afterwards, man? Why are you having the gatherings or whatever it may be afterwards, man? Or the requirement after all the gatherings, man? Because it's not this world's Christmas on the 24th and 25th. You got Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, man. When I used to be in the world, my family gathered on Christmas Eve, the whole family, and then our immediate family on Christmas Day, man. So we had gatherings, man, in those times, man. You're telling me that you're gonna try and, basically you're trying to beat the curve is basically what they're saying. But then you're gonna put the requirement at the end of the curve, or near the end of the curve, man. Because that last major, what they say, holiday, really holiday, is the New Year's, man. Which ain't even truly the New Year. The New Year is around March and April, man. When spring starts is the New Year. When spring starts, that's the new year. Come on, man. You know? That is the new year when everything, gets refreshed, when everything comes out of that dead state, when everything ultimately gets, starts over, you know? That's spring. That's the new year, man. You know? But yeah, they put it in the fucking winter, man, when everything's fucking dead, you know? Don't make no fucking sense. But that's Esau Edom, man. That's fucking wicked ass motherfucker. But anyways, so you're putting it just before the new year, man. You're not even, you're not even putting it before one of the largest gatherings, uh, 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 uh as far as a holiday that you have throughout the year, because Thanksgiving is running right behind it, man. You know. So if you're trying to beat the curve, why are you putting it after the curve, man? Right after why are you putting it after Christmas, man? Where people get together the most on that day, man. It just doesn't make sense. What this is gonna cause, is gonna cause for them to sit here and be like, oh, okay, well, since everybody wasn't paying attention or this, that, and the third, we won't necessarily ready for it. Everybody got infected, and now we have to shut it down, to stop further spread, because now they're requiring it to stop further spread, but they're putting it in a wrong. If you want to, they should be doing it right now. If you're trying to stop the spread, you should be trying to do it right now. You should require everybody to do it right now, or lock down right now, so that way it stops the fucking spread all the way through and through. But you're gonna wait until after all the major gatherings to actually require it. What kind of fucking sense does that make, man? It don't make any sense, you know. But we understand Esau Edom's plan, man. We understand that he wants to lock everything down. He wants to, for there to be, more chaos, and he wants everything to get worse, man. This is his plan. We're not ignorant of Satan's devices, man. We're not ignorant of his meditations, man. His wicked intentions. We see right fucking through it, man. It says, matter of fact, let me grab this scripture, man, because we already saw this situation happen in the beginning of 2021 or 2020, man. And now we're about to see it again. I'll just get to the point. Actually, verse Ecclesiastes 12:3 says, "Then in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out the windows be darkened, and the doors shall be shut in the streets, when the sound of the grinding is low." I mean, all these businesses ultimately going to be shut down because there's not going to be any workers. Which right now you got regulations on people being able to, further harsher regulations on people being able to get their CDL, which is hindering, the transportation industry, as far as trucking transportation industry, which is hindering the products getting out from those containers out to these businesses, so that way the economy can continue, people can continue to buy and sell. All this is being damaged. Right now it's at a complete fucking halt, man. It's getting and more damage is being done to it, man, than any healing or any benefit is being done to it. So you're gonna lose a lot of businesses are gonna have to shut down because they can't continue to sell and make money. And then people, they're gonna have to lay people off. People are gonna quit. This, that, and the third. A lot of shit is coming, man. A lot of shit is coming. And again, we saw this in the beginning of the scamdemic, man. A lot of people lost their lives or lost their jobs, man. And had to rely on that government aid, which is what they wanted, man. They wanted people to rely on that governmental aid, so that way when they snatch that shit away from them, a lot of people lose their homes, and a lot of people, lose their cars, and so on and so forth, man, creating a bigger gap between the rich and the poor, man, destroying that middle class, shrinking the middle class, growing the poor class, and the rich are just staying there, man, The rich are getting rich, or the rich are getting richer. It says right here, and the door shall be shut in the streets, and when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise at the voice of the bird, and the daughters of music shall be brought low. Right, man. Meaning what, man? There's not gonna be joy. People are gonna be sad. People are not gonna have no money to do anything because they don't have a job. They're not gonna be able to buy and sell. Everything is just going to get worse, man. There's not gonna be it's not gonna be no time for joy or anything like that. Why? Because everybody don't have shit. They can't go out to these bars and listen to music and go drink with their friends and this, that, and the third, because they're most likely here soon. Their bar's gonna be closed, because of this requirement. And on top of that, even with the scamdemic happening in the beginning, that lockdown that happened in the beginning, they brought forth out this icky vicky. And you still have a shit ton of people not taking it, man. So how much more when it comes to this new strain, and those people that they're still not willing to take it, are still not willing to take it. Therefore, what, man? They're gonna have to say, we're gonna have to shut it down, man. Nobody wants to take their jab, their icky vicky, to stop this, man. This is what they're gonna say. They're gonna say no one wants to take it to ultimately stop what's going on. So we have to shut down. It's going to lead to a whole nother shutdown of the government, the United States government, man. And it's gonna be real fucking bad, man. Because again, you're gonna have a lot of people that actually took the icky vicky. They're gonna be flipping the fuck out, man. They took this stuff so that way they don't have to go back into a lockdown. They don't have to lose their job. They don't have to sit there and deal with, these things that the government said, hey, if you don't take this icky vicky, these things are gonna happen. So they took the icky vicky so that way they can continue to go about their life, continue to travel, continue to have what they want. So how much more are they gonna flip the fuck out when they say, well, you know what, people still ain't taking it, so we're gonna have to lock it down. Even those that are, fully icky vickied up, man. Those people are gonna fucking go crazy, man. Those people are gonna fucking wig the fuck out, man. Let me grab this. This is Second Esdras, the 16th or the 15th chapter, the 16th verse. It says, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Because when everything's locked down, they're gonna be like, no, I took this icky vicky so that way I didn't have to be locked down. I'm not gonna be locked down. I'm gonna do what I want to fucking do. And they're gonna go do it, man. And they're not gonna give a fuck about the local police or this, that, and the third, man. If they get written a ticket, what are they gonna do? They're gonna shred it right in front of that fucking police officer's face and then fucking go about their fucking business, man. And then it's gonna eventually come down to the point where it's gonna end up like Australia, man. Where people are getting, tackled and thrown into quarantine camps, this, that, and the third, because they don't want to listen, or people are getting tackled and forced icky vickied, this, that, and the third. Shit's about to get really drastic, man. You people out here, you're all about this, let me go kick it, let me go to the bar, let me go do this, that, and the third. But how much more when shit starts to get real greasy out here, man? How much more when your freedoms are taken the fuck away, and you still have that mentality, and you go to try to do something, and now your ass is sitting into a quarantine camp, man. Because you can't sit there and say, oh, this is fantasy or this is not going to happen. And well, you see it going on all over the world, man. China not too long ago, around the same time Australia was building their quarantine camps, and well, China was doing the same thing, man. So this is not just in a few areas, across the world. No, this is happening across the world. And soon it's coming to America. You already have quarantine camps, isolation facilities, whatever you want to call them, man, popping up here in America. And whether you like to think about it or not, they're being used here, man. It's just very secretively are they being used, and very few people are going through it, man. And maybe even a lot of people that go in don't make it out, But this is what's gonna happen, man. You people are gonna wig the fuck out, man. You people are gonna end up in these fucking quarantine camps, man. Because it says right here, verse 17, it says, for a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, right, man? Because they're gonna lock everything the fuck down, man. And those that disobey, you're getting thrown into a quarantine camp. Those that want to rile up, those that want to riot and protest and this, that, and the third are gonna get thrown into a quarantine camp, man. You know, and at that point, you know, that might be the point where they start, you know, hey, you want to go back to being, you want to go back to, you know, being, having a normal life. You want to do this, that, and the third. Hey, you got to take this, this potato chip. You know, they might offer it to you openly there, man. You know, who knows, man. You know, but you can't take it, man. No matter what, you cannot take it. You know, matter of fact, it says right here, second Edge 16 and verse 69, it says, second Edge 16 and 69 says, and they that consent unto them. So when you're thrown into these isolation facilities and so on and so forth, and they present you with this potato chip, a lot of you people are going to consent, because they're gonna, like it says, the enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, man. You know, his words were smoother than butter. War was in his heart, right? So he's gonna sit here and talk it up to you, man. You know, he's gonna show you videos of people using it, saying, oh, this what it does for you, this is what it does for you, makes your life easier, this and the third. You know, he's gonna talk all that sweet game to you, man. You know, but then turn around and do what, man? When it says right here, it says, and they that consent unto him shall be had in derision and in reproach and trodden underfoot. Because as soon as you take it, you know, they don't care whether you take it or not, man. You know, either way, they're gonna fucking do away with you, because they have a part of their commandments, Esau Edom's commandments. You know, is to have the world's population at 500 million. It's part of the Georgia Guidestones, man. You know, that's Esau Edom's commandments, man. So you, especially if you're part of the poor, that poor class, guess what, man? You're not a valued person, man. They're not a person that they want in their society when they start to establish a new world order. They don't want you, man. You know, so what are they gonna do, man? They're gonna get rid of you, man. You're gonna be had in derision and in a reproach and trodden underfoot, man. You're ultimately gonna be taken out, man. You know, they don't give a shit about you, man. You know, this is why the scriptures tell you to never trust thine enemy, man. Sirach 12 and 10. Never trust thine enemy. Why? Because as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness, man. Eventually, you put a piece of fucking iron out in the fucking wet and to stand the test of time out in the weather. Hey, guess what? It's gonna lose, because its rust is gonna show up. You know, and that's Esau Edom, man. You put him in the, you know, through the test of time. You know, Esau Edom is failing, because guess what? His wickedness is being shown, man. That's why it tells you in 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 3 that the man of sin, the son of perdition, is going to be revealed. That lets you know the sign, or that's one of the signs that lets you know the times that we're in. You know, and right now Esau Edom is being revealed, man. You know, letting you know that we're in the end of his rulership, man. You know, he's fucking wicked, man. He is the wicked according to the Bible, man. You know. So just as you consenting unto taking his potato chip, at that same time he gonna fucking do away with you, man. You know, that nigga don't care about you. He never cared about you, man. You know. But going back, 2 Ezra 15 and verse 18. It says, for because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled, and the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Got right, because it's going into Jacob's trouble, man. You know, and no one is exempt from that time, man, except for the elect. You know, so everyone is, you know, there's going to be a lot of, because again, we're already starting to see the famines take place. You know, we're already starting to see, you know, certain places ultimately, crack down super hard, throw people into quarantine camps, you know, and we're you know, we're not getting a, you know, necessarily in-depth detail about what's going on, you know, in there, you know, but it's not as bad as what's going to hit here in America. In this place, you know, Esau Edom is, you know, he in Deuteronomy 28 chapter, it tells you he's a man that's not going to regard, you know, old or young, man or woman, man, you know. He don't give a shit about no one, not even his own self. The scriptures tell you, you know, he doeth not good unto himself, to whom and to whom will he do good, man. Roughly paraphrasing that scripture, you know, to whom will he do good if he do not good to himself, man. You know, so he's not gonna do good to nobody, because again, he hates his own self. Esau Edom will trash his own fucking, you know, his own people, man, just to get a point across, you know. So you're gonna have people in these camps, kids being separated, Esau Edom, murdering people, cutting their heads off, because it's prophesied that there's gonna be some elect members that are gonna have their heads cut off, man, according to Revelations, the 20th chapter, the 4th verse, right? So people are gonna get their heads cut off. People are gonna be, hung. And there's a whole bunch of shit that's gonna happen, man. People are gonna starve. There's gonna be a lot of death that's gonna take place in these fucking camps, man, in these prisons, man. And it says right here, it says that men shall be afraid. So even your mightiest man is gonna be put in these camps, put in this situation to where they're gonna fucking fold and crumble, man. But Lord, will we be part of the elect? Hey, we can't fold, nor crumble, man. The Lord Yahweh Shem Shai said right here in Revelations chapter 2 and verse, verse 10. Yeah, Revelations 2 and 10 says, "Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer." Right, man? Because again, we're gonna be suffering a lot of things, man. If we get thrown into these camps, if they start to, if America starts to get on board with New York and starts to require, for all private sectors and so on and so forth, for these, for their employees to take the icky vicky, one, a lot of us are gonna lose our jobs, and we're gonna try to find other means of work, and that's gonna get us in trouble, because they're gonna say, you know what, people are still not taking it, so we're gonna have to lock down. Once we're locked down, there are gonna be a lot of people that are gonna, go against the system. Let's say go against the system, the military is gonna come in and try to set order. And for those that don't listen and those that continue to do what they're doing, hey, guess what, man? They're gonna be thrown into these camps, and even then, they might use that situation to where when situations are locked down, because you got a lot of this wisdom and knowledge being pushed on the internet. It's being called misinformation or disinformation and hate and so on and so forth. And they might come and use that time to not only put those people that don't want to, follow and take the icky vicky, to, into these quarantine camps, but they might use that time to come and get us brothers that are out here pushing this word, man. So they're gonna use these times that they have to come and persecute, the men of the Lord, man. Right along again with even those that are not in the truth, that don't want to take the icky vicky, man. There's gonna be a lot of people that end up in these camps, man. And again, we might be part of those that might have to go into these camps, But like the Most High said, man, no matter what happens in there, we can't fear. Scriptures tell you that the fear of man bringeth a snare. I mean, you're gonna be put into a trap. And what always happens in a trap? A trap is never fucking good. It looks good. It looks like it's gonna be good. What does it do? It also ultimately hurts you, man. A mouse trap. You can put cheese on there, and the mouse will say, "Ooh, this looks so good." It might be good. It might taste good, but as soon as he grabs that cheese, his neck's fucking broken, man. He dies. He gets he gets killed. And that's what trusting and fearing Esau Edom is gonna bring forth unto you, man. But fearing and trusting in the Lord Yahweh Shem Shah will bring to you life, man. Bring you to life. Scripture says to Sirach 4:28, says, "Strive for the truth unto death, and the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai shall fight for us," man. So if we have to be put to death, and we can't fear, man. We have to know that is part of following in Yahweh Shem Shai. That you have to count the cost, man. Before you even continue to walk on this path, you have to count the cost. And one of the things that you have to look at is you might have to die for Yahweh Shem Shai. Are you willing to do that? Are you willing to die, for Yahweh Shem Shah, who you don't see? You don't know what Yahweh Shem Shah looks like. You're not receiving any kind of reward at the moment. Immediate reward for doing this. But are you willing to do it? Because even though you're not receiving an immediate reward, our reward is going to be greater in the end than any kind of immediate reward we can receive, man. And it's going to be so much worth it, man. When you see that reward, it's going to be so worth it. And a lot of people ask us, well, how do you know? Hey, it's by faith. This is a faith-based doctrine, man. You have to have faith. How should I call this a faithless generation, man? If you asking questions like that, you damn sure ain't got faith. And faith is a gift. It's not something that you can just go and acquire, at an aisle in Walmart, man. This is something that's given unto you, man. And it can damn sure be taken back. So you best not fucking, you best use it wisely, man. Yeah, man. So it says right here, it says Revelations 2:10, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, meaning these camps, man. It says that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Now 10 goes into what? A number of completion, just like the number 4 and 7, right? So that could be, 10 days, could be 2, 3 days. It could be a whole month, It doesn't matter how long it is, but you have to continue to endure unto the end. That's what it means to endure. Endure means to undergo suffering. So we have to endure unto the end, man. Scriptures tell you, Matthew 24:13, he that shall endure to the end, the same shall be saved, man. That's why it says, be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life, man. You having faith, you believing Yahweh Shem El Shai, trusting Yahweh Shem El Shai, those things lead to life, man. Those things will have you being crowned by Yahweh Shem El Shai. Yahweh Shai is standing right in front of you, crowning you himself, man, and saying, thou faithful servant, man. You have done a good job, man. And whatever he's gonna say, man, in the Lashawan Kadash, man, he's gonna speak to us, man. It's gonna be beautiful, man. Hey, man, with these times that are coming, no matter if you lose your job, no matter if you're, if you're deemed as an unfit parent, your kids get taken away from you, whatever it may be, you might be kicked out of your home, whatever it may be, man. You might lose your car because you lost your job, you can't pay for your car. Hey, whatever the situation may be, remain faithful to Yahweh Shem El Shai, man. Don't give in to society, man. Don't give in to whatever it is, man. Don't give in to this bullshit. We just read that they that consent will be had in derision and reproach and will be trodden underfoot. Your ass is going to be tossed out like a fucking rag, a dirty fucking rag, if you consent. So what's the fucking point, man? Just take that fucking L and receive your reward from Yahweh Shem El Shai in the end, man. That's all you got to do, man. But this is what's coming, man. The requirement. A lot of these mayors and states are ultimately going to follow in after this requirement, man. We're going to see this here in the next couple weeks or the next week or two. A lot of mayors and stuff like that, and a lot of businesses are ultimately going to fall in line, man. Hey, so you gotta pay attention, man. See what's going on around you, or see what's going on around your neighborhood, or ask your job, hey, is y'all gonna require this, and the third, and if you're able to, write a little statement about, religious exemption, this, that, and the third, see if you're able to get it. If not, try to find you a different job that's ultimately not going to require it, man. And it doesn't have a restriction on 100 plus employees, this, that, and the third on it this time, man. We're talking about all private sectors, man. So who knows, man? May the Lord Yahweh Shem El Shai be with us all, man. Continue to protect us. Constantly be praying to Yahweh Shem El Shai, increase in the faith, increase in the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, increase in the spirit, increase in that protection, that hedge of protection around you, increase in the confidence in Yahweh Shem El Shai. Amen. We need all these things. We need Yahweh Shem El Shai, because the only way we're going to be able to get through these times is with Yahweh Shem El Shai. None else, man. So with that being said, Lord will be this was an edifying lesson. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Al-Shai, Ba'ashim, or Kakwadash. Double honors to the other apostles and other bishops of Great Millstone, who rule very well, very beautifully. Double salutations to the Akim out here pushing this gospel in truth and in sincerity to the best of their ability, given to them by Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Al-Shai. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the elect scattered abroad. May the election of Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Al-Shai, Lord willing, fall upon their houses. I want to say, Kwam Yasharallah and Abba Shalom.